check, 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 check. How about that? Is that going to be all right? Probably. Looks like it. All right. If you feel intimidated, like almost sick to your stomach when you hear 5/8 or 7/16 or, God forbid, 13/4. Like, these odd meters are complicated math problems that only a genius with decades of experience could ever solve. I know exactly how you feel because I used to feel the same way. And I want you to know it's absolutely not your fault. It's just that nobody ever explained the mind trick that reveals the simplicity of all rhythm. And that's when odd meters become obvious to you. It's just a matter of seeing them properly. Once you see them properly, they'll be fun. And you'll enjoy using them to your creative end because it's connected to riff creation. Understanding odd meters is the gateway to masterful riff creation. Whether that's in 4/4 or 13/4, it's the same principles. When you understand those core principles, that's when you realize the infinite creativity glitch. And I know that sounds extreme. I don't mean to be hyperbolic. That is literal. Infinite creativity glitch refers to the feeling of limitless opportunity. All you have to do is make a couple of decisions. Those key decisions then define the work process, which becomes the composition. Understanding what those decisions are and what the building blocks that you're working with are the way that you're going to realize the infinite creativity glitch. So that's what I want to tell you about in this video, because it's literally going to open up a new creative chapter for you. This stuff changed my life. It's changed many of my students' lives. I always come back to this concept and I can present it even better now. So the concept we're talking about here requires us to first understand that the building blocks of music are 2s and 3s. Okay, let's look at a quick example here. This is a rhythm known as the tresillo. On this channel, I've referred to it as the 3-3-2. Okay, so the 3-3-2 equals 8. That's not an odd meter. We'll turn it into an odd meter in a second, but look what 3-3-2 is. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, bop, 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 bop. What do you notice? It's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 3s, and a 2. And that gets you to 8. And maybe you recognize that rhythm because there is endless music based on just that rhythm. The tresillo is responsible for an entire genre of music called reggaeton, but it's everywhere. I always say it's Tool's favorite riff. Tool uses the 3-3-2 like crazy. So now you see an example of these building blocks in action. Let's keep expanding this open here. What we can do with those micro components, okay, that's the vocabulary word there. The micro components are the 3, and the 2. What we could do is we could move the 2 somewhere else. So we could go 3, 2, 3. What's that gonna sound like? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Bop, 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 bop. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, bang! Right? See what's going on here? Now, one final variation, right, would be the 2, 3, 3, right? Bop, 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 right? There's your fundamental understanding. Now, so we can use a basic Adam Jones framework here. This is just one way of approaching this, the Adam Jones framework. Let's take that 2, 3, 3, right? Adam Jones 101. Right? That's straight up Adam Jones basic framework. The big lesson right here is those building blocks get projected onto the instrument that you're playing with. So you got the building blocks of 3s and 2s, and then you actually logically connect that to the ergonomics of the instrument. And that's something to note about a guitarist such as Adam Jones, also Tosin Abasi for sure, Jakub Zatecki, people like that, Wayne Krantz, they're taking a rhythmic mentality through the whole thing. So that means that they're thinking about 2s and 3s, right? And we're gonna understand 7s and 9s and 11s and 13s in a second. First, we gotta understand 2s and 3s. And we can understand them easily on 4/4, right? Because you totally understand 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. right? That's a legit riff right there. Now we can do the old 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. What if we did some different notes? 3, 4. Right, those are sloppy as hell, right? I'm literally improvising that because I want to show you the underlying mentality. That's how you sketch a riff, right? That's riff sketching 101. The Adam Jones framework, the bottom 3 strings equating to the 3 of the building block, where my 3s literally just become, and my 2s become, there's your basic Adam Jones. Now, here's where everything is going to blow up on you, right? Because let's talk about what happens when you go to 5/8. Well, isn't that just 2 and 3 or 3 and 2, which would sound like, right? That's literally what this is, the infinite creativity glitch. That's not hyperbolic. That is the realest thing. But first understand building blocks. First understand riff sketching. So what about a 7? Wouldn't a 7 just be 2, 2, 3? Right? There's a basic 7, but ooh, let's do the thing with the 3-2 mix up, right? We just did 2, 2, 3. What about 2, 3, 2, right? Oh shit, like that one's gonna sketch, yo. That's the thing, is the way that the rhythm affects your note choices and the way that the contour of the melody naturally emerges out of the 3-3-2 combos, right? Let's keep going on up to say 11, how about? So 11's where things get interesting because we start to understand what we call meso components. So things like 5s and 7s, those would be meso components. 6s though, but aren't 6s just 3s? What's 11, right? 5 and 6, right? How do you do 5? You go 2, 3, you could go 3, 2. How do you do 6? You could go 3, 3, or you go 2, 2, 2, right? So then you have potentially your 5 as 2, 3, and your 6 as 2, 2, 2. Ooh, let's see what that sounds like. 5 as 2, 3, and the 6 as 3, 3. Go, go. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bang. That's how that literally happens. And then it's building off of that essential rhythmic foundation. But now this is crossing in to the key concept of all. If you guys been watching my channel, you know about harmonic rhythm. This is a harmonic rhythm. Boom, bow, 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 bounce, 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 boom, bounce, 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 boom, bounce, bounce, bounce. That's a harmonic rhythm. That's the harmony assigned to chunks of 3s and 2s. That's what real music is. That's what I mean when I say all music boils down to the harmonic rhythm, because if that's the harmonic rhythm that happens to be a 2, 3, and then a 3 and a 3, where the 2, 3 is this chord, boom, bang, and then the first 3 is this chord, and the second 3 is this chord. That's the harmonic rhythm. So now you build the song out of that. So you can maybe have like, Yeah, like that's turnaround. Oop, the turnaround. Right? This is all the essentials of composition. This is what systems for creation actually refers to. I first learned these systems when I transcribed over 100 Meshuggah riffs. Whether you like Meshuggah or not is not the point. Meshuggah represents what I'm talking about in the form of their entire discography, and it's very interesting to realize how they exploited the infinite creativity glitch. And then you kind of have Tool as sort of the other side of the same example, other side of the same coin, if you will, because Tool plays in every time signature. Meshuggah plays in 4/4 only, and they're using the exact same techniques, right? What I call beat cycles. For those of you seeing the power of what I'm talking about, you're feeling that third eye torn open right now. Embrace the feeling of wonder that is probably consuming your soul right now in the best possible way. I want to tell you, if you take the right steps in the right order, you're going to understand exactly why Cole said what Blake teaches is categorically different than other teachers. Okay, what he's talking about is this infinite creativity glitch. It's really understanding how to teach yourself by understanding creative potential. So it doesn't take that long to figure this out with some guidance, but I do charge a lot of money to work with me. But if you want to learn about that, just go to mentalitymusic.com. You can also email me directly if you're looking to just book a single lesson where I can take you step by step through every part of the process for completely understanding all rhythm as it relates to this 3-3-2 mentality, how that applies to all the different time signatures, and how you can use that to write a fuck ton of music. And I believe that's the keys to everything. It's writing a lot. See, I had to produce nearly 500 songs before I actually made a masterpiece of an album. Now, I love a lot of those 500 songs all the way to the core of my soul, but there was a small few that actually became truly iconic. I believe that is how all of you can access your greatest genius. It's by composing a lot. In these systems I'm talking about, these are the systems for creation that allows you to compose a lot. And a byproduct of composing a lot is that you're developing all this different technique as a result of your compositional awareness expanding, right? And then you have to put that on your instrument. And so that's why it's super helpful to learn a digital audio workstation such as Logic, but even GarageBand, any MIDI sequencer. Understanding MIDI sequencing, I think that's the ancient keys to the kingdom. I think it's full circle, because I think understanding these geometric patterns of the 3-3-2s and then how they can add up to 5s and 7s and 9s and 11s and 13s and 17s and 23s and 33s, that's where all the gold is. That's where the secret sauce is. So if you want to learn about that stuff categorically, you can send me an email at blake@systemsforcreation.com. Explain to me your situation and we can find out if it's a good fit to do one lesson together, because truly, one lesson truly is all it takes to crack this stuff absolutely open. And of course, I record the whole lesson for you so you have access to it for the rest of your life, because that one lesson will become a lifelong reference for you, because I'm going to systematically lay it out and handcraft it to your specific needs. And that's why I charge a lot of money, because that's how I can genuinely, without really knowing you before you meet me, genuinely care about delivering upon the promise, right? Because my guarantee is it will be the greatest money you ever spent on music education. So like I said, send me an email at blake@systemsforcreation. I'll talk to you soon.